This is Journey with Care. Hey, we're taking 4 weeks of the summer to keep it short or speedy. Let's just call these summer Speedos. Short, action-packed dives into the incredible stories of everyday people using CarePortal to build connection and change lives. CarePortal, for those that haven't heard, is an amazing platform connecting churches, families, and businesses with specific needs with some of the most vulnerable in our communities. So as you soak up the sun this summer and enjoy these summer Speedos, remember, Journey with Care is powered by Care Impact, a Canadian charity helping strangers become good neighbors. To keep bringing you our podcast and these stories, we rely on supporters like you. So for the Summer Speedo series, join our Summer of 30. We're looking for 30 amazing listeners to donate $30 in the next 30 days. Every dollar helps us maintain our equipment, update our software, and help us cover all the expenses associated with bringing you these important stories. So to join the Summer 30, check the show notes for the link or visit journeywithcare.ca/30. That's journeywithcare.ca/30. So go ahead, pause it, and become one of the 30 right now. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's get on with the Summer Speedos.
I think keeping in the forefront of our mind, we're sending the churches on mission over and over again, right, into hard places. A need came in, and the need says, this mom lost her 7-year-old child last week to drowning. She wants to get connected to a local grief counseling program, but she doesn't drive. And so an Uber gift card will ease this financial burden of transportation and allow her to get the services that she needs as she grieves her child. And so a local church picked this up, and they acknowledged we could send her a gift card through email. We could send that gift card through the caseworker, but we would really, really love the opportunity, because she's so close to our church, to drop it off ourselves. And so they showed up to her home. They really expected to give this to her and go. But when they came to the front door, she kind of launched herself into their arms and wouldn't really let go. It had been 6 days since she lost her 6-year-old son. They lived in an apartment complex. He had pretty severe autism, and they had locks in place and all of these extra measures in place to keep him safe. And he still got out, and he still drowned. She hadn't had the ability to process that really with anyone. She ended up in child welfare and in prevention due to the investigation of all of that. She and her family are from Ghana, and so they recently relocated here, and so she doesn't drive. Her husband left almost as soon as they got here, and so she's pretty isolated. She has no real way of supporting her family. She has a 15 and a 7-year-old still at home, and they're struggling to then grieve this loss that happened as soon as they got here. And so for the church to go in and offer her not only this gift card, but this place to process. They stayed there for hours. She showed them pictures of her baby. She was able to talk with them, and then they told her, we'll be back. Like, how soon can we be back? And they were able to tell her, this is not punishment for you. This is not all these things that she was struggling with, right? Like, God sees you because we're here. And that is the proof that God loves you, and He's here with you, and we'll be back. And so how are you going to feed your kids this week? We'll be back with food. Do you need groceries? We'll be back with groceries. Who is your support? We're your support, because you are so marginalized here, and you are so isolated here, and we're your people now. And so, a few actually reached out to me because I want to quickly read what the church responder left as the feedback. He says, "This child drowned on Wednesday. This was the saddest and heaviest CarePortal need I've ever been involved with. When we entered the apartment, we introduced ourselves, and Mom immediately embraced the lady who came with me and began to cry. They had never met, and yet one mother was comforting another mother and sympathizing with the indescribable pain that goes with the loss of your child. We sat and she began to tell us what happened. We told her how sorry we were. She took out her phone and showed us pictures of her beautiful 7-year-old boy. It's heartbreaking, really. We talked a while and told her God sees her and has not forgotten her. We told her about our church and that she was not alone. We asked to pray for her, and she called her other boys out, and the 5 of us stood, held hands, and prayed together. This family is from Africa, and she seems so alone and isolated. I hope and pray she knows she's not alone. I hope and pray we can be there for them moving forward." So the follow-up here is that this past Sunday, these responders went and picked up Mom and her boys for church and brought her with them to church. So she was excited and blessed to go. They had strategically placed people to greet them as they went in the door, and the responder kind of said the church doesn't always get it right, but on Sunday they nailed it. They felt welcomed and embraced. They went out to lunch afterwards. They have plans moving forward, like the 15-year-old needs to learn how to drive. He just got his permit, so they have people in place to teach him how to drive. They have people in place to get groceries moving forward. They have people in place to walk through counseling, and they have her counseling covered. And so the idea of everyone just getting it right on such a heavy one, right? That this family went from isolation to support through a church saying yes and connected by CarePortal. And her investigation is closed out, her prevention case is closed out, and the church really's got it from here.
Thanks for listening to this summer Speedo on the Journey with Care podcast. To keep the stories and conversations flowing, remember the summer of 30. 30 listeners to donate $30 in the next 30 days to help make a difference. Visit journeywithcare.ca/30. That's journeywithcare/30. Thanks for being part of the journey.